Hello everybody, Keith here again. Today, instead of being out on the motorbike hurtling around the open roads, well, perhaps not quite hurtling because it's normally two up, but at least riding out in the countryside, which I really am itching to do on our bike, which is if anybody's interested, is a Kawasaki Versys 1000 SE, one of the new models. But instead of that, I'm going to do something else and have a look at my Zygopetalum. This I bought as a no ID hybrid. It was supposed to be sensation according to the pot, but it isn't. More to the point, it isn't scented, but it's been identified since as Rhine Clown. Now the problem I've got with this is that it climbs, which very clearly it has. You can see here the bulbs all rise up all the way around. It's almost like on a screw. But in previous bulbs the roots have gone down into the compost. Now they're not. And I noticed yesterday that this bulb is quite rocky, whereas that one is quite stiff. So I would say there's something wrong with this one. I don't think it's been in this compost ever such a long time. It's the Westland pine bark and ceramis mix, which I've gone off a little bit, but I've found that so long as I can make the very bottom of the pot free draining by using bark, this isn't too bad for orchids that like to retain moisture a little bit longer. But it's really important that you don't let it clump down the bottom so that this bit gets soggy, because the roots really don't like that. So let's have a look what's inside here and see what we've got. I mean, on the whole, I'm quite chuffed, because you've got a new growth there that's well developed, hasn't flowered yet, and now you've got two more here. So it's doing all right, but I think it's time to have a look. There's enough here that needs investigating, because I certainly don't want that pseudo bulb to go off and cause issues. Okay. Well, the root system is not wonderful. Certainly isn't off the back, which is really no more than you'd expect. We have got some roots coming off the last few bulbs, but they've not gone all that far down into the compost. So I think this has very probably been over potted. It's not been done for at least a week, and all this lot is damp. Now, I am not surprised that the roots on this bit have had it. I've sterilised the snips, so we'll have that off for a start. Thank goodness it is completely clean. Can we see that all right? There's absolutely nothing on that, no nasty little purple rings. So I'm going to need to get some cinnamon and get onto that. But really, there are a lot of not very clever roots under here that are going to need to be fetched off. Cinnamon on that, some sheaths to come off, and then try and get it down, because looking at this, all the roots that are active and growing and have got tips on are coming from this end of the plant, exactly where you expect them to be, and all the new bulbs and what have you. So I need to get this down into the pot. And the question is, if I don't want to take that one off. But if I'm not very careful, it's going to be buried halfway up the thing. So I think I'll go through the roots, and really if there aren't any roots left under there, I'm going to take, in fact blow it, I'm going to take that off as well, simply because it's going to end up so far down into the pot that although there's nothing whatever wrong with that, and to be fair, there wasn't a fat lot wrong with that one either, I think that being able to put that down into the pot deeper will be better for the plant, and at the end of the day that's got to be what we're aiming for, hasn't it? So I am going to clean this up, trim some roots, which you don't need to see, we've all done that and seen that and what have you, and I want to see whether I can get it into a smaller pot, because I am not happy that it's been drying out fast enough, even though zygos are plants that like to be moist. So I'll come back in a minute as soon as we've got something ready to go. Okay, back again. Got a slight dilemma. I trimmed a lot of the roots off. The ones going right down are not great, but you can see fairly well that these at the top are turning green, so that's obviously good, and some of these others have as well. The difficulty is what size pot do I put it in. Some of the roots that I fetched off were considerably longer, so I don't really want to. The smallest possible pot would be that one, and if I put it in there, there's a distinct risk it's going to push itself out as the roots extend. So if I go for something a little bit bigger, like say that one or that one, I think I can do both. I think this is going to be the better one. It's not quite so wide, it is deeper, so I'm going to have to put quite a lot of bark in the bottom of there to make sure that it drains, because I do not under any circumstances want that bottom bit to be soggy. When I had a look inside the old pot for this one, it had done exactly what other had done before. This Westland stuff seems to have a small content of a peaty like material, and as you water stuff it tends to go to the bottom and collect and sort of gum up the drainage, and I want to avoid that if it's at all possible. So I'm going to start with some of Burnham's medium bark, which I think I'm probably going to need to get some more before long, although unfortunately I would normally get it at a show, ring them up and get them to bring me some. I think under the present circumstances that's not going to happen really. So if I put about half a pot of bark in there, then that's going to put that about there. Nothing's going to be buried too deep, and I can then put this other stuff on the top like that, and try and get it to go around. I could have taken some more root off, but in the end I decided it really wasn't a great idea. You've got to give it somewhere to anchor, I think, and I know some of these are going to rot, and some people will disagree with me, but isn't that the essence of doing things? We learn as we go along. We've all got our own ideas, and my background as a research engineer, which I was at the University of Nottingham for almost 10 years in the late 90s and early 2000s. That always gives me the feeling that I like to see what I'm doing and experiment. And it's why I've changed to this idea of putting bark in the bottom. I didn't used to bother, I used to put it straight in, and I say the trouble is you end up with this peaty stuff. It's very, very fine bark, gets washed to the bottom and it can't drain. Now with this I'm hoping that the media around the active roots it's got now will stay moist enough to keep those as this type of plant likes. The stuff in the bottom will keep that bit a bit airier and help it to drain, and we'll kind of go from there. So it's definitely been potted down. I've taken the 2 pseudo bulbs off. I'm rather in 2 minds about that, but it's still got 2 oldish pseudo bulbs, one which I'm pretty sure has flowered, one that hasn't yet flowered, and 2 more coming. So I think, well, I hope I'm reasonably safe, but with zygos, of course, you're never quite sure what they're going to do. But all we can do is see. So thank you for watching. I hope that's been interesting, and I'll see you next time. Bye.